My Baked Ziti Casserole recipe is a must-have. It's super easy to make and you can make it ahead of time. And when you're ready to serve, you have a crowd-pleasing entree, I promise. Let's start with a large pot of boiling water. Once the water boils, you want to add about ½ teaspoon of salt. I'm adding 1 pound of ziti pasta, but you can use your favorite tube-shaped pasta. Just make sure it's dried pasta. And you want to cook it according to its package instructions, and you want to cook it until it's al dente. While that's cooking, let's start making our ricotta cheese mixture. I have 2 cups of ricotta. I have 3 minced garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, and then I'm adding a teaspoon of dried oregano, a ½ teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and let's add a ½ teaspoon of crushed red pepper for a little bit of heat. And then I have 1/4 to 1/2 cup of some chopped fresh basil. Perfectly mixed. I'll set this aside. The pasta is done cooking and I strained it, so in the same pot, I'll drizzle some olive oil, and I'm adding 1 pound of fresh baby spinach right to the pan. We're gonna saute this for a couple of minutes, just until the spinach starts to wilt. That's perfect. I'll transfer the spinach right onto my cutting board and I'll give it a coarse chop. Well, you want to coarsely chop your spinach because it's going to be one of the layers in the baked ziti. Okay, I'll place the pasta right back in the same bowl. This will save on cleanup later. Now I'm adding 3½ cups of my marinara sauce, and you can find that recipe on my website. And now I'm adding half of the chopped spinach. Let's mix that together till it's good and combined. I start off by using ½ cup of my marinara sauce, and I'm just putting a thin layer on the bottom of the pan. Now, half of the pasta goes right into the 9x13. Now I'll add the remaining spinach right over the top. Okay, now I'll add some dollops of the ricotta cheese mixture. Now we'll put the last layer of pasta on. So I have 1.5 cups of grated mozzarella. Let's sprinkle that on top. And then 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese grated. Just sprinkle that evenly over the top. I've got my oven preheated at 375. You want to bake this for about 25 to 30 minutes. Make sure it's just warmed up thoroughly. I love to garnish my Baked Ziti Casserole with some fresh basil cut in a chiffonade, and you can find out how to do that right on my website. I can't tell you how many family and friends asked me to make this ziti for a potluck dinner. I hope you and yours enjoy it just as much.